Good morning, Poet fans. Welcome to WCPoets.com and another Poet Primetime edition here brought to you by the Whittier College Sports Network. I'm Lance Frady, Associate Athletic Director for Communications, and today's segment we have sophomore Mackenzie Reed joining us, dual sport athlete. Mackenzie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's a good day.
Hey, you're in Mililani, Hawaii. Beautiful over there right now.
Yes, it's sunny, it's not cold at all. Just like
Hey, if you're quarantining, that's exactly where you want to be, I guess.
exactly. I,
So that comes to my first question. How has quarantine been for you and your family? And how has remote instruction been for you?
yeah, quarantine has been rough for us all in different ways, of course, but I feel like it allowed us to be home here together, and just that, I think we're able to provide each other with the strength and support that we need during this time. And as far as remote instruction, of course, that was hard to adapt to at first too. It's way different having online classes versus in-person classes. It's a total different experience. But once you get the hang of it, everything's pretty straightforward and simple. But of course, I do wish I had those interactions with people at school. I miss that.
Of course. Now, being in quarantine, being over there in Hawaii, not being around your teammates, have you been able to practice and continue your training?
Yes. So it's been kind of hard with restrictions and stuff, but I'm training with what I have. And, sometimes it can be hard to find the motivation to train, which I'm sure a lot of other athletes can agree with me about. But I think right now, training and like keeping up with our routine is like what's going to help us push through this time. And I think it's the best distraction that us athletes can do right now.
Now, have you been in contact with your teammates, both soccer and track and field?
Yeah, so I've been in contact with both my teams, a lot more with my soccer team. We've been meeting like every week, seeing each other, catching up, and we have our workouts that we do every week, and we have competitions and stuff. My track team, we keep in touch every so often, but it's hard to keep in touch with everyone. Everyone's busy right now. We're all doing stuff, so.
Now, have the coaches been implementing any guidelines or any practices or lifting schedules for you?
Yeah, so for soccer, we have an app. We use Train Heroic, and they basically plan out daily workouts for us, and we do those. For track, they have a whole set of week 1, week 2, like different workouts that we can do as well. So it's just keeping up with both of those, trying to balance.
Of course, there's a lot going on for you academically. You've got two sports to try and stay engaged with. There is a possibility that your seasons might occur in the springtime if restrictions line up. How do you stay positive, especially with the new normal and the uncertainty that's brewing?
Yeah, so for sure it's hard to stay positive right now, but things will be normal one day again. And I think about everything I once had, like my sports, my teammates, my friends, and just like the college experience in general. And just the thought of getting that all back one day is what really keeps me positive and keeps me going every day.
Now, last year as a freshman, you came in and you competed for both soccer and track and field. Let's talk about that experience being a dual sport athlete.
Yeah, so I remember going in, I was really nervous. I was like, I don't know if I can balance two sports and keep up with school at the same time. Like, how am I going to do this? But, everything is just about adapting, Playing two sports came with a lot of prioritizing and time management. Once you get the hang of it, it's like so worth it. Like, I can say I had the best experience I could ever ask for playing two sports, even though it was stressful at times. Like, I met so many great people, and I've made endless memories with them that'll last a lifetime for sure.
Now, you played in 13 games a year ago with a couple goals on 14 shots. You had a 571 shot on goal percentage. Then running track, you were a sprinter. You joined the record-breaking 4x100 relay team that boasted a 48.65 time that broke the school record. You also sit ninth all-time in the 400 meter and fifth all-time in the 200 meter. You've been talked about by both head coaches as one of the fastest female athletes that we have here in school, but you've also battled some injuries. Let's talk about that. How are you feeling? And, do you even look at the record books?
Yeah, I'm really proud about our records, of course. That's just the start. I don't know. We have a lot more that we can accomplish. As far as my injuries, yeah, it was really bad. I've never experienced injuries before I came to college, so it was kind of hard. Right now, I'm back to 100%. I'm ready to go. I'm just training,
Great.
making sure my hamstring is good to go. But, I've been through the hard part already. Now it's just like waiting for my season and getting everything done,
Mhm.
being
Now, have
ready.
you always enjoyed running growing up when you were younger? And then kind of what led you to become this successful coming in?
Okay, yeah. I wouldn't say the running so much, but of course the competition is what gets me. Uh, there's always something you can improve on, and I always strive to be better than I was yesterday. And I feel like having that mindset and my competitive spirit is really what brings me my success in my career, for sure.
Of course. Now, how have classes been going? What's your major? What do you plan on doing upon graduation?
So my classes are going really well. I'm majoring in business
Okay,
for now. I'm minoring in psychology too, so
great.
that's really fun. I enjoy that. As far as the future, it's kind of hard to say right now. I always, wanted to be in charge of my future though, so I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur and like have everything under my control. So that's what I'm looking for right now, but we'll see how things go.
Yeah, you still have plenty of time. Any words or advice for future poets looking to attend Whittier College that are kind of in the midst of kind of what you went through before you came in last year as a freshman, and how were you able to balance, both sports and your academics at the same time? Any words of wisdom that might be able to help some athletes?
Yeah, as far as advice, I would say just to tell them get involved with the school in any way possible, join a team, join a club, like just meet as many people as you can, build bonds, create relationships with people because you won't get another experience like this ever again. So just take advantage of it while you can. And as far as balancing sports and academics, it's all about time management, figuring out what you need to get done and getting it done. Like create a schedule to stay on top of things. But definitely some advice I would give is to, don't forget to fit in some time into your schedule, of course, because college isn't forever. For most of us, it's only 4 years about. So you just got to enjoy the experience while you have it.
Of course, great insight there. Now it kind of comes to these hot seat questions I have for you. This is where the athletes have a lot of fun, get to know who you are as an athlete.
Mhm.
So first thing that comes to your mind when I ask you these questions. Okay, first one, favorite food.
Hands down, has to be steak for sure. Go to.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
specific kind of cut or pretty much any steak?
I would say filet mignon probably, the top notch.
Okay, wow. I was picturing something coming from Hawaii or something like that, but okay, I'll take that. If you could go on vacation anywhere, where would you go?
So I've been thinking about this my whole life, and I would definitely have to say Australia for sure.
Okay, and why is that?
The accents, the wildlife, you know.
Okay, okay. Favorite professional athlete?
I gotta say Usain Bolt, he's
Mm,
exciting to watch for sure. His speed, definitely something to look up to for sure.
absolutely. Do you have a hidden talent at all?
Um, I don't know if you could call it a talent. It's just kind of weird, but I like telling people that I can like move my eyebrows like one at a time, like both of them. If you know what
Whoa. Hey, you got to show us.
I mean. Okay, so like I can do
That,
that, and I
that
know
is
a lot of people can
definitely
do.
a hidden talent for sure. Okay. Do you have a favorite movie or genre?
Yeah, so I don't have like an all-time favorite, but for sure any Marvel movies, superhero movies, those always got me.
Okay. Any favorite Marvel character?
Captain America, I would
Captain
say,
America.
always.
Okay. Okay. How about a favorite hobby?
Um, I'm on an island, so of course going to the beach every day, that's
Wow.
a hobby.
Yeah, I guess you can use that as a hobby, I'm sure. And then of course, this is a great question for you. You're already on an island, secluded from people. If you were stranded on an island, you could bring one thing with you. What would it be? This is always a great answer from a lot of other athletes that I get.
Yeah, I don't know. This was really hard for me. I can't think of a thing I would bring, but like I thought of a person. I would definitely bring my sister with me if that's possible.
Okay, to have both of you stranded there. Sometimes
Yeah.
we have some people that would bring a surfboard because you could
Oh
use
yeah.
it to fish or utilize it to go swim to safety. And then some people would be like, "Oh, I just want to bring music or bring
Bring my phone.
exactly right." So,
Yeah.
Mackenzie, well, those are all the questions I have for you today. I want to thank you so much for hopping on with me here today
Of
for our next
course.
Poet Primetime edition.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, make sure you stay safe, and hopefully we'll be able to see you here on the mainland in sometime in the spring. Hopefully.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully.